once you get it figured out, they're definitely golf ball worthy. Hey everybody, welcome back to Gilly's Guns. So here recently I've noticed that some of the surplus sites that I like to shop are coming up with the CZ82s and the CZ83s again, and you see them randomly. It's nothing new, but I just kind of wanted to do a little comparison, show you what I know about the two, and maybe take them out and shoot them a little bit, see how accurate they are. So one thing to note is whenever you find these surplus pistols, you can usually find the magazines, and you should buy the magazines. So whenever you find the pistols is usually the cheapest time to buy the magazines. And one thing to note on these magazines, I try to buy extras, but this is the early style CZ82 magazine, and the seam is actually on the back, and it has been sanded down or ground down. Where on the newer CZ magazines, these are new production CZ magazines. I shouldn't say new production, I don't know if they still make them, but they were brand new production when I bought them. And the seam is on the back and the front. So this is where this little notch in the front of the magazine is where the magazine retention latch is. And I have noticed that since this has a seam in it on the front, the spring inside the magazine will kind of catch on the follower as you try to load it. Where on the older style that doesn't have the spring or doesn't have the seam, the spring doesn't catch it. They load easier. And this one has some kind of an arsenal mark or something on it where this one doesn't. But and you have this dimple. So that's one of the other things that I've found is the newer magazines, I can get 14 rounds of 380 and 13 rounds of 9x18 in most of the magazines. The older ones you can't. It's 12. But just something to note. The guns themselves are pretty much identical. You have a lanyard loop on the Model 82 because these were military service. So you notice that there's no markings on the left side of the pistol. They're all on the right side. And it's pretty limited to where the CZ83 is a commercial gun. These were actually, I believe, Israeli police pistols. But, it says Model 83, 9mm Browning, which is 380. And then you still have the serial number and, I think this is a proof mark. I don't know, whatever that mark is. You still have all that the same. But there's no lanyard loop on the commercial gun. Realistically, they're the exact same. The triggers feel the same. The safeties work the same. Everything is ambidextrous. The magazine release is on both sides. You don't have to change anything. The only thing that's not ambidextrous is the slide stop, which it's a really nice wide levered slide stop and it's easy to use. But most people train using slingshot method to reload, so you don't really have to worry about the slide stop being ambidextrous. But otherwise, they're identical. This gun is Cerakoted green because when I bought it, don't get mad at me, when I bought it, it was an X grade. It was rough. It was rusty and, basically no finish left on it. And I bought new grips for it and had it Cerakoted, and it's a pretty cool little gun. Now, the CZ82s have this some kind of paint. I don't know what it actually is. But you can see where it's kind of chipped off in places. It's pretty poor quality paint. So in my mind, doing a black Cerakote to get rid of all this crappy paint would be improvement anyway. But overall, same guns. I guess one thing to note, the CZ82 has true polygonal rifling. And when you look down the bore, it looks like it doesn't have any rifling. You think, man, how could you hit anything with that? Well, this thing shoots awesome. And the 83s, they might have polygonal rifling, but it's not. It's more like an R5 type hybrid rifling, or more like the polygonal rifling that Glock uses, where the corners of the cut rifling is rounded over, and that's supposed to increase your velocity and make the projectiles perform better, and the gun doesn't lead as much or dirty as much. But I can say that the polygonal rifling in the Model 82, where you can't even really see the rifling, is better. It stays clean. It doesn't lead. I mean, it's an awesome system. I don't know why more manufacturers don't use that. If I had a camera that would show you, I'd show you. I don't have one. It's really hard to tell. But you would think it's a smooth bore. There looks like there's no rifling in it, but there is. So anyway, those are the only differences between the Model 82 and the 83. One's 9x18 Makarov, one's 380 ACP. Really, they're the same guns. I believe the 82s you could get in 32 ACP as well. And one of these days I'll get one of those, but I don't have one now. But overall, you know, really good little guns. They're really comfortable in the hand. While they don't have match grade triggers, they have a really smooth double action trigger pull, and the single action trigger is a little bit mushy. You can see there, and you don't really get to a wall, it just breaks. So it's not the best trigger, but it is a light trigger, and it is definitely usable. For a surplus pistol, you know, it's hard to beat. So anyway, right now you can buy these. They're coming back imported, and I'm seeing them at several of the importers, or several of the retailers that sell import guns. So go check it out. I'm going to take these out and shoot them. Alright, out here on the range with the CZ83 and the CZ82. And I want to be shooting some all 95 grain reloads out of my CZ83. And to make sure I don't get the wrong ammunition in the wrong gun, I'm going to be shooting steel case Tula ammunition out of the CZ82. So let's see how they do. Alright guys, we're starting off with the CZ83. Magazine on steel, and go for some golf balls and then shoot the target and see what kind of groups we can get. These things have really nice positive safeties. I'm going to shoot the round steel on the left, the big round steel. Not bad. Alright, let's see if we can get some golf balls. Getting a little too fast there. Alright, well, once you get it figured out, they're definitely golf ball worthy. So I'm going to shoot the target on the left now and see what kind of group I get. one more mag. Might as well try to get some more golf balls. Actually, let's see if we can get one of those spinners to spin. Try the one on the left. Oh yeah, no problem. I might not have mentioned I'm at 7 yards, but now I've got the CZ82 with some tool ammo, and I'll start off on the steel round target on the right, and then shoot some golf balls, maybe. See if I can get that spinner to spin on the right. Kind of goes to show you the 9x18 is no slouch. It spins it easier than the 380 did for sure. All right. Now let's try those 2 golf balls that are hanging, and it's hanging low. See if I can get close enough to hit them. Tell you what, those are a tough target. Alright, I'm going to put one magazine on the paper and see what it does. Try to shoot a little slower. Alright, well, let's do some comparison. Alright, well, you can see my kind of group on this steel plate here. That was a CZ83, 8 rounds. And then I shot a couple on that spinner, and you can see I kind of hit down toward the bottom, but it still took 2 to get it to spin. Now I'll switch over here to the CZ82, a 9x18 Makarov. There's the group with it, and I believe that was 10 rounds. And then I put 3 on the steel spinner, and 1 shot spun it around each time. There's a little bit more power there in the 9x18 than I think what most people give it credit for. Now here is the group out of the CZ83 380. I believe that was 14 rounds, and not too bad. You know, about a 3-inch group, pretty close. And then the CZ82, this is with that tool ammo, and there's only 12 rounds, I believe, in that magazine. I don't think I can get them to hold 13. Yeah, 12 rounds. And you know, that's not a bad group, but I did string them a little bit more. However, point of aim, point of impact, I mean, I'm shooting a little low and left with the 82 and a little low and right with the 83. So that's probably the shooter more than it is the gun, but not bad. Definitely defensive accuracy, and you know, with Russian ammo, the 82 did pretty darn good. I'm gonna have to load some and try it out with some reloads and see if it gets any better. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching the video on the CZ82 and the CZ83. You know, I can't say as I favor one more than the other, but you know, 9x18 is no slouch for a cartridge. It's pretty decent. And if you were looking for an all steel or all metal anyway handgun to carry for self-defense, I think either one of these would be a good option. And, you know, the price isn't too bad on them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in and watching this video, and I hope you get out to the range and do some shooting yourself. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.